Today I'll be sharing with you some of the research and conclusions that I have come to understand from my text analysis of the hashtag climate change, and an understanding of what a snapshot of the climate change hashtag can provide. I will be arguing the importance of big data and how to most effectively interpret data in terms of the climate change hashtag that I have been researching. I chose climate change because it's an international topic of discussion and a topic that has had tons of media coverage over the last 20 years. Climate change has also been a term featured in various headlines in almost every news source across the world. Recently, the term has been associated with food security, Zika virus, both animal and plant species extinction, various natural disasters and climate oddities, health concerns, political debates and movements, and general discussion. The New York Times has had numerous articles tagged to the term climate change in the last few months of my research, with a wide spread of topics that go just beyond merely literal climate change. I created a word cloud along with a list of stop words to clean up my data and make it pertinent to what I'm trying to discover about climate change. My original data was only collected on February 19th. Something that I noticed to be surprising was the frequency of @Bill McKibben. Bill McKibben is an environmental activist, and his relevance to the climate change hashtag on February 19th was that he had just testified at the Vermont State House in front of the House of State Government Operations Committees, pleading for their consideration to divest in the state's pensions funds. Removing fossil fuel-based investments, he argued, is both ethically and financially responsible. So to show how much the topics change day by day in terms of this particular hashtag, I collected additional data. Since the original data that I collected for the initial research was only a 28-hour time frame, I decided to collect more data to see if my hypothesis was correct. This word cloud shows that while some of the words are consistently appearing alongside the climate change hashtag, there is a top word that changes by day or by week depending on if there is new news in correlation with climate change. This graph shows that Bill McKibben is no longer one of the top words associated with climate change, but we now see very different top words such as Leonardo DiCaprio and the Oscars, which is due to the fact that Leo dedicated a huge part of his Oscar speech to talking about climate change on February 29th. By looking at Nathan Yao's data points, we can see that our data collection is telling about our topic, but does not describe the entire topic completely. Yao's quotes about data collection and research is that the best we can do is to make a solid effort of understanding the abstraction of real life. The two data visualizations that I showed show how little data is collected and is really only telling about a tiny piece of the entire hashtag. The second data visualization shows that if I had collected data on a different day, I may not have seen anything about Bill McKibben or such a significant spike in the term fossil fuels in my data. So in conclusion, what my data shows is that time and quantity changed my dataset dramatically, since there is a huge scope of topics that are related to climate change. As exemplified by my additional research, topics other than Bill McKibben came up dependent on the day. The one the other day showed Leonardo DiCaprio, but if I had collected on another day, other words such as food security, Zika virus, or other unexpected words may appear. February 19th was Bill McKibben. February 29th was Leonardo DiCaprio. The other day might have been the earthquake in Ecuador, and tomorrow might be a headline of Trump's opinion on climate change.